Welcome to another episode of the Sound Sister Podcast. I'm your host, Doll, a.k.a. Wow. Whoop. On this episode, we're going to be talking to Chris Dalley of Authority Zero, Implants and Pulley. Authority Zero's got a new album coming out December 7th, self-released, I believe. So we're going to be talking to Chris about touring, everything, drumming, how to get into drumming, and what's it like traveling the world and doing what you love for a living, which is #goals. So yeah, let's go ahead and do around the room. Angela, what's going on with you?
What's up, Angela Rose Red? Not much. I've been just continuing my series of family portraits, trying to raise money for our upcoming Sound Sister endeavors. So that's been fun. Doing a lot of editing from our Sound Sister photo shoot. And let me tell you, masking chords is a bitch, by the way. And it's taking me so long. But I'm trying out like different techniques, different Photoshop things. So it's taking me longer than expected, but I'm learning a lot along the way, which is good. So trying to fine tune my editing skills that are more, profesh, more, studio quality, that kind of thing. So that's what I've been focusing on lately. So I've been staring at your mugs. For hours.
You've just been editing for hours and hours on it.
And editing. Yeah. I told Gabby, I was like, cool, I'll have these done in a day or two.
Yeah.
No, because I'm whiting out the background of everything. So
right,
it's taking
gray.
So long. And plus, us females with our hair, you want to make it look natural and everything else. So
It's a bitch.
It's a bitch. It's a bitch. But like I said, I'm learning a lot of different techniques with Photoshop. I feel like every time I do a shoot, I learned something new.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty good.
That's fun.
It is fun. But like, I haven't seen you guys in a while, but I have seen you on my monitor.
Like every day on the computer.
Hours. And I'm just like, I gotta get this shit done.
Like,
but it's great.
Every inch of you.
The ratio of keepable images versus our first one is awesome. So I was pretty stoked. And there was each one of us hit the shutter button, so we all equally contributed. And, we do always in everything we do, but it was just a lot of fun. I feel
it was cool.
Yeah. So it'll be good. I don't know what we're gonna do when we actually get an outside source to photograph us. I'm gonna be like, wait, I have to not do other things. I don't know what to do now.
I can't wait to see it though.
Just as awkward.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So they're coming. They're coming, ladies.
All right.
I'm working.
All right.
Okay. It'll be worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Gabby, what's going on?
You can probably hear the tractor outside on this episode doing home renovations. So building an RV gate to start working on the backyard. So that's what I've been up to all 4 days off.
Fuck, whose idea was that? Were you guys just kind of waiting till it got cooler outside or what?
We kind of waited on the 4-day weekend, but that's an RV is like the key to the whole backyard.
Yeah.
Because we can't get anything in or out, and so it just was a good weekend to do it.
Yeah.
So
well, I saw the pictures online. It looks good, like what you guys did. The whole little modern. It's a modern gate. Like it wasn't like
we kind of like the whole modern, contemporary, industrial stuff. So 2 years renovations, probably 10 more to go.
House. That's the one thing about owning a house is just the list just adds on and on and on and on and then on. And
we
then
do have a list.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, we got to do this and this. So
we did cross off the RV gate though off the list.
And that's a huge one.
Did that feel really good when
you
did that?
It did. He's like, I'll let you do it. And I'm like, sweet. So that's the noise of the episode is a little tractor, and he's having way too much fun with it.
Yeah.
So
she's lying. Yeah. There's somebody outside trying to break in right now. It's creeping me the fuck out.
Actually, this last couple of days, I've had some weird activity outside, like just sketchy people.
Like walking.
Yesterday, some dude and a lady parked outside the house. They came, and we're doing the gate, and they're like, oh, hey, our kids' ball went over through your backyard, and we're like, which side? Like the storage? And they're like, oh, yeah. So I looked at the cameras when they were leaving, and the dude fucking pulls open the floor mat on the front door and keeps pointing at the house and a bunch of shit.
What?
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And so apparently he said one of his friends built the bar outside. So I don't know, it's kind of sketchy. Yeah. And then yesterday, some truck was parked right across the street from us. like the lights off, and then they drove off, and then they turned the lights on. So that was weird.
Wouldn't that be creepy?
What?
If she...
Yeah, so either they're trying to steal like the trailer out there or steal shit. So we like did a major lockdown yesterday.
No,
but
makes sense.
or they're trying to target the drug dealer. I don't know.
True.
It's either
And
one.
the saga of the cul-de-sac continues. Wouldn't that be crazy if Gabby like talked to the person that previously owned this, and he's like, "Yeah, there was a family that built that, but the child died like 20 years ago." You know, it's like one of those crazy like hitchhiker story. Like it's an actual ghost that Gabby was talking to. It wasn't like really a person.
Dude, and what pissed me off more is because I went in the fucking backyard looking for the fucking ball.
See, that's what I'm
I
saying.
know, and I'm
what
like,
if the
dude.
kid ball? What if? Okay, it probably was a lame story that they're like, yeah, kickballs, so there probably isn't a kid. I don't know.
So,
my
yeah.
imagination is more fun than reality.
They told you that shit to distract you. So
Right, but the
look under
good
your
thing,
shit.
but both dogs and my dude were both at the door, cause like just barking while I went and looked. But I looked at the cameras while they were
Yeah.
walking away, and they were doing that shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And it was fucking weird. So, hopefully they don't target my house again.
Oh hell no.
So
That's crazy, dude.
yeah, so that's been my last 4 days.
Goddamn tweakers coming up to the house.
Dude, I know.
Lifting doormats. And
I know. Why you lifting my doormat, man? Like,
It's my doormat.
it is. I was mad. I was like, don't touch my shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Out of all the things
Looking
to
for a
lift,
key or
it's
something.
yeah,
like
it's fucked.
whatever.
oh, the key's under here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
No.
Who does that anymore?
Right.
Who leaves that? I mean, come on. Besides,
Right.
you
So-
know,
You guys don't, right?
no,
No,
not at all.
no.
Not at all. I mean, I don't think anyone's done that outside of like Ferris Bueller, like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That
Yeah.
was like,
Back in the
Ugh.
safe days.
yeah. Even then, you know.
I think it's all about like lock boxes now, and or
Right.
getting like rocks that have a lock on it that can you hold the key in there,
Right.
but
Or just not leaving a key out.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, my house is on lockdown.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Now, but
better keep that shit on lockdown.
dude, I know. Well, at least I have a giant fucking dog. So
Yeah.
and they hurt him. So him and
Aw.
So what about you, Drew?
On that note,
So last night I went to Crescent Ballroom and checked out Dave Parsley's from Prayers. If you guys aren't familiar, it's a music subculture that they've proclaimed goth cholos.
okay.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Dave Parsley makes the beat in the group Prayers. So he DJ'd up there. We're talking Joy Division, Cure, Prayers. He threw in some Kid Frost, some Selena. He threw in some old 90s like,
It's like a dance party.
hip hop music. It was rad.
You got lit. You got lit.
Yeah, we got lit. It was cool. I did not wear my goth stomp boots. I actually wore my Nike Cortez because I could, because it was goth cholo.
You felt at home.
Yeah, I felt at home. It was crazy.
Cool.
It was cool.
Nice.
I would check out Prayers if you guys are interested. It's more of a gothic beat. I don't know how to describe gothic beat music, but
It's a band, right?
so it's a duo. Dave Parsley is like the DJ and he makes the beats, and then the
Okay.
other guy, he goes by Leifer Sayers or something like that.
Isn't he married to Kat Von D?
Yeah.
He's married to
it's
Kat
the
Von D.
Yeah.
He's the singer. So if you can get past his voice, that kind of sounds like Kermit yelling into a megaphone mic.
Damn, that's descriptive.
Damn.
I would check it out. It's
Damn.
legit. Yeah.
No, because I mean,
Now I have to listen.
I follow. Oh damn.
Well, now you're gonna think of Kermit. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck, it does sound like Kermit.
Oh, damn. I mean, I follow Kat Von D and all of her stories. She's like super
Yeah.
positive, definitely interesting.
They're
and
vegan.
They're vegan. They
Like-
definitely lead that sober life, which I know you can.
They're both sober.
You
Yeah.
can appreciate that, and he's beautiful. Like they're a beautiful
You
couple.
think he's beautiful?
Yeah, I think that they're just like. I mean, I think he's beautiful, and
You're
I think
beautiful
they're
with your
beautiful
Kermit
together.
voice.
And they're sing to me, Kermie. No, like I mean, oh Kermie, Kermie. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Anyway,
But you think he's a beautiful man.
well, I love their whole photographic stories
So
that
fucking
they
extra,
have.
dude.
They are very
They're
extra.
fucking extra.
It is, but
I would
I'm
too
pulling
if
up
I
a
was
picture.
rich.
I'm pulling up a
I'd be
picture for
extra.
you.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Hold on.
they're definitely artists, and they lead
Right.
an
They
artist's
are.
life.
They do.
And
They do.
they are. I mean, their photography that they even just Snapchat or through their
Right.
stories is just like.
Tell me this
amazing.
isn't extra.
Wow.
That's hold on. Let me pull up another one for you.
Did you saw pictures of their wedding and
Yeah,
stuff.
their wedding. That was
gothic
extra.
as fuck.
I know.
That was extra.
I was like, that's what I hoped to it had, but really, I had a bunch of spray painted stuff to try to look like it.
Okay, so
but which I'm grateful
that's
for.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a cholo, like legit.
He's a cholo,
he's
yeah.
a gang. He was in a gang in
Oh,
San
shit.
Diego, so like he's the real deal.
Damn.
He's got the tattoos to prove it, and that's what he raps about in the goth beats. You know, his time in like
I have
the
to
streets and
say,
shit.
But
So,
you just
like-
ruined it for me because now
What?
it's like
No.
Kermit.
Shit.
That's all I'm gonna be thinking about.
But I do have to say, out of all of the significant others that Kat Von D has been with, it seems like this dude makes the most sense, like, to her. I don't know. Say what you will about Kat Von D. I absolutely respect her as a businesswoman. She's an amazing artist. Like what she's done with like cruelty-free makeup artistry, just the different mediums that she partakes into, fashion, photo shoots. I mean, she is an entrepreneur, and she went from this secondary, I'm a female on this tattoo show on Miami Ink, to now she is who she is.
They are
She is
gothic as fuck.
Wow.
Like, look at them. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's a great picture.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like they're photographers, and I looked up the photographer they have. It's
Oh, really?
amazing. But I mean, she's an entrepreneur. Like she's
know,
self-made. I know people have issues. They have her own thoughts
Yeah.
about it, but you have to admit she does a lot of great things for the community, and she fucking built her shit on the ground up when she was supposed to be just the chick on the show. You know?
Right, the annoying chick on Miami
Yeah,
Ink or whatever
exactly,
it was, and then it's just
exactly.
kind of exploded into this whole empire.
Yeah,
of
good for her.
boss
Right.
babe and
Yeah.
owning your own shops and
It's like you say what you will about her, but you cannot deny she's got some talent, and she fucking
Yeah.
made herself. So
I mean, her portrait work and her tattoos are just
insane.
fucking killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Miami Ink. Not Miami Ink. Sorry.
LA Ink
LA Ink.
or
and
high voltage.
High
tattoo.
voltage.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get this right. We're gonna not name off the
damn.
reality shows.
Yeah.
And then I went next door to their little shop, Wonderland. That was before it burnt down and everything. So and they had to rebuild, but it was cool. Like the Wonderland shop was amazing. It made the little gothic girl inside super happy.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
Right.
this is where I belong.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, it was cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Anywho. And guess what? Oddly enough, the Muppet Studio is kind of by LAE.
Is it?
High voltage, not LAE.
Fuck.
So maybe, I don't know,
All right.
some kismet there.
Maybe, but I don't know. That's just me being kind of like, man, he sounds like Kermit. Like, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you got check it out if you want. I suggest you check it out so
Yeah.
you know what
Oh,
whatever. But it was a legit night. I had a
Yeah.
good time. They played great music and it was
Awesome.
fun. And I was sober, so
That's awesome. Good for you.
right.
And you got to take care of your feet wearing some awesome shoes that
fuck
you can dance
yeah,
in.
I did. I
Proud
got
of you, girl.
to wear my chola shoes.
So what else did you said you just were pretty tamed though with your outfit. You didn't get all crazy. I'm loaning you a lunchbox next time.
No, it was black jeans that were ripped at the knees, my chola shoes, the shirt I wore at our last photo shoot, the
Okay.
sheer see-through, and then I actually wore this hat. So I
Keeping
was
it
going out.
real.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, I can fucking dress like hell yeah, I'm doing it. Like I'm doing it. Red lipstick, it was on.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah.
and it was cool.
Glad
'cause,
you had a
like,
good time.
I was in my
Sharpie eyebrow.
I was with my company. I was with my people. So like yeah, it was cool. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the punk rock news segment here on the Sound Sister podcast. Up first, we've got Punk Rock Bowling announced their lineup, you guys.
That's quite the lineup.
It is very quite the lineup.
Damn. I mean, every year they bring up the lineup, but this is
Titties.
Yeah, titties galore.
Let's see. We've got Ranted, Descendants, The Specials, Flag, The Damned, Refused, The Hives, Stranglers, The Vandals, Fear, Adolescents, Dead Boys, Street Dogs, The Casualties. Teenage Bottle Rocket, Sloppy Seconds, the Lillingtons, Lower Class Brats, the Nightbirds. I mean,
So like every punk band.
Made of Ace. I'm stoked that they're on there. Yeah. They're fucking rad. And then we've got some Squid Hat bands on there. Our label mates, Dirk Vermin and the Hostile Takeover and the Hives. Those are just a few of the bands. This year they're actually adding another stage to the festival, which I'll be honest, I kind of figured it was going to go in that direction, from how big punk rock bowling's been getting over the years. So yeah, this is the year we're gonna get more music, and it's gonna be, I mean, fucking busy.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I mean, we did put in for a press pass, and cross our fingers, maybe we'll get one.
Be great.
I bought a ticket just in case.
Sure.
In case I go, in case we need to go. So
Right.
I have us.
Regardless, Sound Sisters can be repping at some point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how many punk rock bowlings have you been to?
I think I've been to 6.
Okay, how about you, Gabby?
I think maybe 6 too.
Okay.
I skipped a couple years, but
Yeah.
before that it was 5 years in a row, and then
So
like 6.
I've only been like 3 times.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I remember the first one was when I did that book cover for the punk with Bob with from the Grimm with his punk rock bowling survival guide, but it's not called that, it's something else, because they were like, don't use punk rock bowling. But I went that year to kind of like plug my stuff and just be there, and then Rico played, and then just other times just to fucking go. So you guys never went when it was like extremely small, right? Like
Never.
back in the early days.
No.
No.
I know.
I
It's
think
like
2011 was my first time going.
Okay.
So
yeah, I know. It's like one of those things that you wish you can go back in time, just like the 80s. Can I see the Descendants in the 80s? Can I go back in time and not be 8 years old when rad shit happened?
Yeah.
So
I think
cool.
my first time was 2011 too, and that's when I met you, Gabby, for the first
Oh,
time.
Gabby.
yeah. Who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I remember, weren't we in a video too? One Punk Rock Bowling. It was, what band were we hanging out with, Gabby? It was me.
Old Man
Rico.
Markley.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were in a snippet of a video.
Yeah, their music video. But I think
Oh, that's
so.
right.
I think I went in 2010 then, because I went a year before, like before I was 21. And
Okay.
that sucked.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
But so yeah, I don't know. I lost count how many ones I've gone to.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
Yeah.
Back to that video, dude.
Yeah.
I was getting it with my hair. Lots of height. It looked awesome. I'm pretty.
I don't
excited
remember the
about it.
song from Old Man Markley.
Markley, yeah.
Yeah, but we're in it.
I just remember we were in it, and it was cool, and it was pretty random.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys ended up like in their hotel room for whatever and like hanging out and shit? Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go walk around. I'm gonna leave the festival. So the dudes from Old Man Markley were like, hey, Gabby. I'm like, hey. They were both walking out too. So like, oh, we're going back to our room to party, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So then we're walking, and then I see Angela, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna go party with Old Man Markley. Want to come? And so, you know,
You're like, yeah.
and that's how we ended up in their room.
I've only
partying.
had one photo pass, because back in the AZKS days, it was two of you
Yeah.
guys already shooting. So, but I got the club passes, and that was awesome because I got to shoot like the briefs and the stitches.
That's
and like
awesome.
some
Yeah.
of my favorite, like at the same time, it's still like one of my favorite moments, just being there, like, I can't believe I'm fucking doing this, and then I get kicked in the back of the head by somebody crowd surfing, but it was fun.
Totally
It was-
worth
it.
it.
It was
Yeah.
it was part of the whole
Experience of being
energy.
there.
Yeah, it was great. But what was funny about that is the Rico was playing, but he couldn't get in to all of them. I got a press pass to all the club shows at the beauty bar that entire
See
weekend.
ya.
So
Yeah. Bye, babe.
no, it was great. So he was like, I gotta rest because I gotta play. So he just walked me to it. I partied, and then Roy Valencia walked me back like after the show. I mean, not that he really needed to. It's just kind of you stumble back with your homies. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
That's the cool thing about punk rock bowling too, is just how many people you run into
yeah.
and just the punk rock summer camp feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went on that tour, that random tour to Texas,
Yeah.
it was right before Punk Rock Bowling that we were supposed to go to, and there was this chick that was like, "Yeah, it's my first year gonna go," and I just met her randomly. I didn't really know her, and she's like, "I got the book, the survival guide, with a blue-haired chick on it. It was the and I'm like, yeah, and I said, that's cool. I photographed
You're
that.
like, I shot that picture.
And inside, I'm like, this is the coolest fucking thing that's happened to me. That someone recognized my photo, in another state randomly. So, anyhow.
There you go.
Anyways.
It's a lot of randomness.
All right. A holiday art show called Punk Rock and Paintbrushes has been announced. It will feature artwork and photography from Matt Skiba of Alkaline Trio, Hunter Bargain of AFI, Soma Snake Oil, sup Soma, Warren Fitzgerald of the Vandals, Matt Hensley of Flogging Molly, Carla Harvey of the Butcher Babies, Jenny Cotterell of Bad Cop, Bad Cop, Jack Grisham of TSL, Steve Caballero of The Faction, a.k.a. Skateboard Legend, Kevin Seconds of 7 Seconds, and many more. The opening reception will take place at the Inner Space Gallery in Los Angeles, California on December 15th, 2018. So your girls are going to be planning a trip out there, which I'm very stoked about. It's going to be rad. We're going to stay in with Soma, and it's going to be fucking rockstar trip because we're doing it in 24 hours. And by the way, you guys, I'm going to V&V Nation the night before at the Marquee Theater.
Oh, shit.
So I may be a little tired.
Damn.
So Dre might need a little
nappy
catching
poo.
up on some Z's in the car.
Nappy poo.
Some nappies.
I'll be sure to bring the Ewok.
Oh, please do.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to bring the female Ewok this time because it's a girl's trip.
Fuck yeah.
There's a girl one?
Yeah.
What?
Girl.
He has a wife?
Wicked has a wife. I forget the name. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, because Rico said, why didn't you bring the female one? It was a girl's trip. I'm like, shit, you're right.
So
bro.
random.
Oh, God. Okay, yes, bring her. Bring them both.
Maybe they'll have a rendezvous.
All right. Authority Zero announces new album, Persona Non Grata. You might remember I reported this back in one of our first episodes. It's due out on December 7th via Zia Records. The band will be playing some shows in Japan starting in late November. So we're going to be talking to Chris and we're going to be asking him about Japan and the culture there. You can see the album artwork and the list of upcoming shows on their website. All right, guys, we're going to jump into an Authority Zero song here from their last album called Broadcasting to the Nations. This one's one of my personal favorites right here, Summer Sickness on the Sound Sister Podcast.
You're taking me back to better days when the music would play and the thoughts they remain on the fortune and fame, singing songs of revolution and retribution all through the night. You know you're taking me back to better days and all my things have changed. Not the people per se, some keep running away, but by the way, you remember summer days, one more minute never going home. Do you really wanna be that way? Do you really just wanna stay? Who knows? Really gonna come our way. Yeah, we really wanna be that way. Yeah, we really just wanna stay. What's really gonna come our way? Yeah, we're alright, not gonna break our stride. No, These summer vibes, they'll roll on through our lives, singing you're taking me back to a time and place. Every day find a way. Sweet summer roses, great Mexican radio would play, singing songs of revolution and retribution by the fire's side. Ooh, I can still smell that beach burn, by how the tables have turned. Flamenco's in the air as we sing away our cares. But by the way, you remember summer days, one more minute never going home. Yeah, we really wanna be that way. Yeah, we really just wanna stay. Who knows? What's really gonna come our way? Yeah, we really wanna be that way. Yeah, we really just wanna stay. Who knows?
warm welcome to Chris Dalley.
Hey! Sound Sisters in the house. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm stoked about this.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out to us. You made that so easy.
The guys are in Mexico right now, and I don't have to pick up Dan until like another hour and a half. So I'm like, I'm by myself here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
besides drink,
Right.
Yeah.
I did that last night.
Just for the listeners, give them a little brief explanation on who you are, who you drum for, and all the good stuff.
Who do I drum for now, or who I have drum for?
All of it.
I'm Chris.
Entire world of Dalley.
No shit. I'm Chris Dalley. Obviously, people call me Dalley. Obviously, you guys know that. I've been with Temple Pole, Voodoo Glow Skulls, Death by Stereo. I filled in for Zebrahead, and I'm currently the drummer for Implants, Pulley, and Authority Zero.
Dude, that's an impressive list.
That's gnarly.
Yeah. Is that a lot of networking, or do you know a lot of the guys in the band?
Just basically
from
right
growing
place,
up?
right time.
Yeah.
You know, Temple Pole was the first major band I got, and we were playing a festival in somewhere in California, and he
Yeah.
saw me play and asked me to join that night.
Fuck
And
yeah.
so, and then Death by Stereo actually went to one of their shows at the Key Club because I heard their drummer was leaving, and I had a press pack already. I was like, "Here I have this," and he called. Dan Palmer called me 2 days later and asked me to try it over the phone.
Really?
Yeah, he goes, "Hey, do you have a drum set around you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Play me the Plague." I'm like, "Huh?" He goes, "Yeah, play me the intro, verse, and chorus of the Plague." I'm like, "Okay." So I played it for him, and he goes, "We're going to Columbia in a month during the band."
Shit.
Did you put it on speakerphone or something?
No, I was trying to find a way so it wouldn't be like, and so I closed my garage and left my phone outside, and I tried out, and I just played in there, and it worked.
Damn.
And then I joined Voodoo because Death by Stereo and Voodoo played together in Spain,
Yeah.
and they called me a year and a half later. Somehow got my number, and I flew out to Detroit, learning the songs on my food tray on the plane. Literally learning the songs.
Maybe they Googled it.
Maybe they Googled it. Yes, and then Pulleys, Implants we started that together, and then through that with Jim from Implants, he's also in Pulley. They asked me to join Pulley, and then I've been friends with Jason forever and Authority Zero. So just right place at the right time.
Damn. That's what we call some networking shit
Yeah.
right there, dude.
Yeah. It's a little bit frustrating sometimes with 3 bands going on, but it's not that hard.
Yeah. How do you balance that? And you're also a family man.
Yep, family
Dalley
man.
the family man.
Yeah,
Punk
the
rock
family
dad.
man. Yeah, punk rock dad.
Punk rock dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about how you manage time between everything.
I don't know.
Is there a family?
I have no
Do
idea.
you guys have a family calendar? I mean, how does it
I
work?
luckily have everything worked out. Like where Scott from Pulley, he always will go, "Hey, what's the Authority Zero schedule?" Because he does the baseball thing.
Yeah.
So between Valentine's Day and October, we can't do anything,
All
which pisses me off because we got offered $35,000 to do Punk Rock Holiday this last year, and we had to say no.
Oh, man.
I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, dude. That's good. Well, you do your baseball thing. When you come home, we'll play the slide bar for $1,000." That's
Damn.
Damn. It's not just us.
I was gonna say, does this hit you guys
Yeah.
in the
Damn.
feels?
That hit us right in the
Alright.
feels.
This hit the
Yeah.
kinks in the
Feel.
field.
But I mean, he always asked me, "Hey, what's the Authority Zero schedule?" So he doesn't,
Okay.
because he knows that's my main band.
Sure.
And so Implants, we haven't played since last Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Dude.
Just because Rob's on tour, I'm on tour. They've done Implants without me and without Rob.
Okay.
But we're playing again next January in Mexico. We'll see if we don't get kidnapped or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Are you
See
cool?
you looking at me when you say
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you cool with somebody filling in on drums for?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Good luck to that person, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I mean, it's cool because RJ, who's the new drummer for Strung Out, he played for me on the last Implant show, and so he's a super cool dude, and he's also in Runaway Kids, who's playing with us at the Marquee.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I have no problem. Like Sean Sellers fills in for me with Pulley whenever, because we actually did, when I first joined Authority Zero, we did a swap thing where Good Riddance was playing Punk Rock Bowling, and then Pulley was playing it too. And I'm like, he goes, "Hey, can you fill in for me in Europe for the Authority Zero?" I'm like, "Well, I'm playing with Pulley." He's like, "I'll play with Pulley." I'm like, "Okay, let's switch."
That's good.
So it's kind of like
It's like musical chairs.
It's musical chairs,
Yeah,
exactly, and
musical drum stools.
it works out great. 'Cause, I mean, Sellers is a good buddy of mine, and I know he's not gonna try to take over my gig,
Yeah.
which is important. But Authority Zero is like first priority always.
And your wife Danielle is so great. She's
Yeah.
she's definitely punk rock wife goals
Yes.
and mother goals. Like
Totally.
she definitely is super supportive.
that was like the thing when I first met her. I said, "Hey, here's my life. Just I hope you're ready for this because it's a roller coaster to say the least." And she not only understood, but she's proved it. And it's like we have a baby now, and it's like I'm home during the day. I work because I play drums at the Duane Piano Bar at night. So she works during the day. I'm at home with the kid, and then she comes home, and it's like once again, she tells me we swap, and so she takes care of the baby when I go to work. So it works out great. And then her mom, my mother-in-law, is super awesome and totally understands, and she stays at the house while I'm on tour, which is thank God rare.
Do your kids have any I saw some musical aspirations in some of them.
Yeah, I mean, it was so funny. Like they're like totally like now all punk and metal out. My stepsons, like I'll give you a good example. My youngest stepson Travis, he's 8 years. He just turned 8, and we were playing baseball on my PS4, and he hit a home run. I'm like, all right, like we're tied 6-6. He goes, Dad, one more 6 in his Iron Maiden Number of the Beast. I'm like, so proud of you.
You shed a tear.
Oh, almost, yeah. When you pick up your sons from school and they say, Dad, play the toy dolls.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing something right.
Dad right.
I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
So
Doing dad right, yeah.
yeah.
So your wife, she's cool with the whole drumming and touring and everything like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, she misses me, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like the same thing with like Authority Zero. I mean, I don't live out here. It gives me a chance to miss them when we're not touring because you guys know this. I mean, you're stuck in a tube
Right.
with guys that are just different personalities and all that kind of stuff. So it's like the same thing with that. I get to miss her and she gets to miss me, and it works out well.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
I'm not a needy person, so I don't like needy people around me. Thank God she's not like that, or my bands. So,
So let's kind of talk about Authority Zero and how that story how the hell did it happen? I think Jason's the only original member.
Jason
this
is the
point.
only original member left.
Yeah.
What happened was I was still in Voodoo, and I became friends with the guys. We toured together a couple times, and Mike Sparrow, who's the bass player now, was actually their merch guy. Funny. And we were doing a tour with Voodoo and Authority Zero in 2012, and Jason had hit me up because Jim Wilcox had just left the band. And he said, hey, can you do double duty? And I initially said yes. But then the guys in Voodoo said, if you say yes to that, we're dropping off the tour, because they didn't think I could pull off double duty, which I said I've done it before, and I've done it since. I've done it with Implants of Pulley. I did it with Teva Pulling and Up by Stereo. So, I mean, but they were all freaking out, so I said, okay, never mind. And then they called me. Like Jason and I always maintained contact and had good friends and all this stuff. And he just sent me a text one time. Hey, what's up? I'm like, you don't just text me, hey, what's up, randomly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on, dude? Because we have this tour with Les and Jake and Real Big Fish in January, and this is in 2015. I'm like, yes, I can do it, because Pulley had no more shows after that. So
Yeah.
I just started playing those shows, and I kept on doing all these tours to the point where I was the drummer.
Damn.
And then once 2016 came into existence, I was asked to be a full member of the band and equal partner, which is awesome. I mean,
Oh wow.
me, Dan, and Mike are the first guys in Authority Zero to be equal partners since the original lineup.
Wow.
wow.
And
That's crazy.
And we've already pretty much decided that this is the lineup till the end, which is awesome.
And
I
you
just
feel
had
that
chills.
too.
I've never heard that with Authority.
We've always had that. I mean, honestly, the bond that we have, like, us four, is just so unique. I mean, people don't understand our world. Like, we talk in tongue that, like, it was like, what the hell are you guys talking about? And it's like, well, you guys aren't watching Gold.
so
You guys aren't watching. You guys are watching Goldmember every day, like we are in Europe. It's like we're like quoting Fat Bastard the whole time, and everybody's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you guys?" So, but yeah, it's been amazing. I love those guys so much, and can't wait to rock with them in Japan.
By the way, I love talking movie quotes, especially when people don't know it's movie quotes.
Oh, I love it.
They're just like, it's funny. I have some friends who are like, okay, are you movie quoting right now? Because I don't know what the fuck you're saying. And then I fuck with them and say, no, I'm not.
It's the best thing. It's like if we were just like going, what?
Give me one of your favorites, like movie quotes that you guys usually joke around about.
Well, Jason and I, believe it or not, our favorite movie of all time combined is Robin Hood, the Disney cartoon.
Nice.
And
okay.
we always are backstage, and like there's usually a couple other people backstage hanging out, and we started doing the Sir Hiss, like, too late to be known as John the First, he's sure to be known as John the Worst. Everyone's like, I know Bumblebee to warm up your voice, but that's the weirdest. I'm like, it's Robin Hood, dude. It's the best movie ever.
Yo, represent.
Yeah, and Jason will just start randomly sucking his thumb like Prince John in the movie. And I was like, why is he sucking his thumb? Like, You weren't there.
Oh man. And it's like you feel with this lineup because I used to work for Authority like back when Sparrow was the merch guy.
Yeah.
And like all their drama and stuff, and
It was weird, yeah. And I was on tour with Voodoo with those guys, and just it was interesting to say the least. And it's like, I mean, that was Jason and I were talking about this recently in Europe, and I said I think the reason why we get along so well is that he knew me and Dan so well. He knew what was coming into the band. Where the guys before or after the original lineup, Zach, Brandon, Sean. Yeah. None of those guys, he never really met them. He didn't know who their personality was, and I think that's what happens. Is like you get comfortable, and all of a sudden you start to see that real person. Yeah. And it's like, okay, maybe I don't want to be in this band. So it worked out really well to the point like where we just all get along goofy and we're great. And I talked to Mike Sparrow in his sleep. We've had a conversation, full-on conversation.
That's awesome.
10 minutes.
Well, brief us on what that conversation was.
It was my first tour with him, and him and I roomed together. So we have a thing. He actually got used to my thing when we go in the hotels. I go in the hotel, I turn the thermostat down to 68, and I put on Forensic Files. That's what I do. And he's like, dude, how can you watch this shit? It's like creepy. I'm like, dude, I find the narrator's voice soothing. So he falls asleep. I'm sitting there drinking a beer and watching Forensic Files, and he goes, hey, man, where's your sister? I'm like, I don't have a sister. I'm like, huh? He goes, I'm supposed to meet up with your sister. I'm like, mute. Oh, yeah, where? 10-minute conversation. And I'm just like going, I'm just like going along with it. And I remember like the last part of it. I'm like, hey, man, so what are your intentions? He goes, what are you talking about, dude? I said, if you fuck over my sister, I'm going to kill you. He goes, bro, don't worry about it. And my first thought was, because I think I was just in such shock, I'm like, why didn't I record that?
Right.
And
I mean, that would be gold.
It was amazing.
I mean, wouldn't that be funny though if you did have a sister and you just heard out and like, what the fuck are you trying to do with my sister?
Yeah, exactly. What are
back off? I know we're in a band, but bro, come on.
Why are you dreaming about Janine?
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's just hearing that and how close they are. Gives me a little hope. So.
Well, I mean, it's funny because I mean, my first like friends out here was actually Gabby, Andrew Jones, and Paul Levesque, because they were in a band Lookout Look, and they played with Voodoo Glow Skulls at the Clubhouse, rest in peace. And I loved that venue. It was great.
So sad.
Yeah, my first time playing there was with the Vandals at their Winter Formal, and it was amazing. And then I played with them, and I went up to them after the show and said, you guys were awesome. And then we all became like good friends. Like Paul was in my wedding, and I hung out with Andrew last night and had a great time. And so it's like, it's crazy like how like 10 years later it's like still hanging out with everybody, and it's like it's my second home. I love it here. So
that's awesome. Where are you from originally?
Upland, California. It's like SoCal. It's about 40 miles east of LA.
Oh, okay.
So I've been living there my whole life. I mean, I can't stand it, but also I have 2 step-kids that have a dad that lives out there, and I can't do anything about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or else we move out here.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
I know everyone says that there's not much of a music scene. I'm like, yes, there is. You just need to look for it, and
Exactly.
You gotta.
And I love playing. I love seeing all the local bands. I mean, you guys are fucking amazing. I don't know why you guys aren't bigger than you are. It blows my mind.
Tour.
I know, right? But it's like, you guys know me. It's like, you guys, I mean, there's that Bad Dog Cannon. And then there's like bands that have been around forever, like No Gimmick.
Right.
All those bands that are just still great bands. And it's like, I mean, Paul and his 20,000 bands that he's been a part of in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Interesting guy, to say the least. But I love him.
Same thought, man.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
So when you're not touring and drumming, what are you doing at home?
Being with a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much I'm just warping his mind with Iron Maiden videos and showing him like real cartoons, like not the crap nowadays. I'm showing Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and all this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, gotta do it right. So it's just
Teach him right.
exactly. I help coach my 10-year-old son's baseball team.
Okay.
That's cool.
So that's the other thing I'm passionate about besides music is baseball. So he just always wants to play catch when he's not playing Fortnite. Stupid game.
Yeah.
God, it's like it's a zombie mode. It's like, dude.
Have you played it? Have you tried to play it?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I'm like, what do I do? I'm
It's
just
like,
wrecking around.
I'm like, well, I'm building a house and then shooting people on top of the house.
Yeah.
And I after like 2 hours, I'm like, guys, let's go outside and be with like the 3-dimensional people.
Right. Yeah.
Come on, let's go. So yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just basically I'm home being dad, then playing drums at the Doing Piano Bar.
Favorite baseball team?
Dodgers, always.
Oh man,
I was raised.
those Dodgers fans though, dude. You
Yeah.
guys are like savage.
We're like the Raiders of baseball.
Okay.
That's a good
That
way of
makes
putting
sense.
it, dude.
I think it's a great way to. I mean, we probably don't go to jails often.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Maybe.
I mean, people in their teens, it's a big deal. Like I had some best friends that moved to Pittsburgh. They were not at all football fans. Now they like bleed.
Oh yeah.
Like
God.
what is? I don't even know. What is it?
Yellow and
and black or whatever.
Steelers.
Steelers, yeah.
It's all about the Steelers. And it's weird. I'm like, are you the same people? Like, is it in the water? But no, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's nothing, but it's just, it's crazy.
It is crazy. I
Because
mean,
they shut down the town.
Uh-huh.
They shut down the town, like, when there's a game going on. It's crazy.
yes. I mean, I'm a football fan to a point, but I mean, it's baseball, and I'm a nerd. WWE. I love my wrestling.
Nice.
And then
I like wrestling, too.
I
I don't
love
follow it, but I like watching
Oh,
it when it's
I
on. You know.
don't talk to me from 5 to 8 on Monday. I am watching Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just actually had friends over for Friendsgiving, and it was like an excuse for people to come over and watch my Survivor Series pay-per-view. And they were all making fun of me, and by the second to last match, everyone was like screaming, "Oh my God, yeah!" Like, you guys make fun of me for this, and you guys are so into it right now.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
Did you watch Glow? Like that?
Right? Oh, yeah.
The original
I
documentary
watched
and then the
original
series.
documentary is great.
Right? And
I
then
loved
the
it.
series.
The series.
Did you ever watch it when it was coming out?
Yeah.
Or, like,
I watched it when I was like
Did you?
8 or 9 years old. It was amazing.
So cool.
It was awesome. I loved it, and I still.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw the documentary, I'm like, oh, I have to watch this because it was part of my
Right.
being a kid. Just watching girls kick each other's ass. It was great.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the storyline now. I just know that Ronda Rousey's somehow in there, and the
Ronda Rousey.
Bellas. And
Yeah, I mean, actually, and it's the girls are like actually pretty dominant over the men now. It's like these girls are like putting on like 5-star quality matches. Like Ric Flair's daughter's a wrestler now.
Oh shit!
And
Really?
she's phenomenal. She actually just beat the crap out of Ronda Rousey.
Sweet.
beat her.
Go watch some highlights.
Yeah, they beat her with she beat her with a kendo stick pretty hard. I'm like, ooh, nice. Love it.
Gotta Google that. Yeah.
Google that shit.
Google that
Absolutely. Google that shit. Like you guys Google me.
shit.
Yeah, you
Speaking
guys
of-
didn't hear on the break, but once you Google it, you see Dalley was surprised at like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, they know the year I was born? That's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
So when I did Google you, the first thing that came out was Yamaha. Mm-hmm. You're sponsored by them, right?
Yeah, I
did
finally
that
just
come?
got a full endorsement from everything now. I was asked to be with Yamaha in 2009, and I had just joined Voodoo, and so I got that gig, and I get a free kit a year if I want it, but I say no because I don't need a whole mess load of kits, all
Yeah.
this stuff. I'm endorsed by Peisty and Vader, and I just got endorsed by Aquarian Drumheads.
Holy shit.
So finally, it's like, damn, it's like you don't play enough. I play 200 shows a year. Come on.
So is that how does one get sponsored? Like?
Basically, I mean, it's like through networking. It's like I knew the guy for a while. Peisty was through Voodoo Glow Skulls, and then Vader was at the NAMM show, and then Aquarian. I had been hitting up the guy forever, and he just
Yeah.
never got back to me. And I finally said, "Hey, I'm also endorsed by Yamaha."
Right.
Vader, and he goes, "I know the guy at Yamaha, and he vouched for you, so I'm gonna sign you on." It's like, cool. So thank God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
So for listeners that don't know the semantics behind being endorsed, can you explain a little bit what that entails?
You basically, I mean, you have to always when you're doing stuff for the band or for yourself, for a musician thing, is just always make sure you always plug them. And always take photos okay, here's my kit, and always let it be known Peisty and all this stuff. And then you just I broke 4 cymbals on this last tour we just did.
That's
a lot of-
expensive.
that's a lot of money.
And that
Yeah.
shit is really expensive.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about Peisty is that you have a 1.5 year coverage on it. So when you get the cymbal, you get a 1.5 year. Luckily, my crash cymbals don't last more than 6 months. Wow. So
Damn.
I keep on getting those ones for good. So.
Yeah.
And so I mean, they sent them out to me. I broke 2 cymbals in Fort Collins, so I had them shipped to me in Minneapolis. And then I broke my hi-hat in my China, and I had them shipped to me in Dallas. So it was awesome. It's great. I love it.
That makes it convenient just to have,
Thank God.
He's like, it's cool. I got this covered. Crash smash. Let's get a new one.
Yeah,
Fly it out to me. It's cool.
send me a fucking cymbal.
So what you call like their customer service line?
I luckily have their number. Like,
Dalley.
oh, Peisty, the guy he's my Arturo. He goes, let me guess, you broke into the crash. I'm like, yep. He knows. He goes, I need to find a heavier crash. I'm like, you've tried to give me the heaviest crash you have, and it does not work.
You know, I am curious, the statistics between the sponsors of the different people that they sponsor, like, oh, we got to have a lot of extra crashes because those fucking punk rockers, they go through them like crazy.
Yeah.
And versus, you know, some of the other
jazz drummer.
Rockabilly, jazz, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not saying rockabilly or psychobilly can't crush it. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just different dynamics.
Exactly.
So I'm sure that they do set aside.
Oh, they know I'm gonna. He goes, I'll talk to you in 6 months. I'm like, yeah, you will.
Yeah. They're like just a separate fun for Dalley Man right there.
It should be. Like, call the Dalley phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Next thing you know, they're gonna be blocking me.
Dalley who?
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah. Let's talk about this new album.
Okay.
It's kind of, you guys are releasing it yourself, or
Yes.
what's going on?
It's the first time we're releasing the album ourselves. Why am I blanking on the label? Bird Attack. They were great, but
Yeah.
it didn't really extend our audience. And so it's like, why do that when we could do that ourselves?
Okay.
And we came in, like, basically we just released an album last June.
Yeah.
And we were in Japan last December, and our manager goes, dude, so let's capitalize on this momentum and start recording another album. And I'm like, we don't have a song. We don't even have a song. So what? And so Dan had this riff that he wrote with his other band, and Mike Sparrow, if you guys don't know how this guy is, he's like a mad scientist. Like, he will take a song and spend the garage band and like be up till 4 a.m. working on a song.
Okay.
And so we got a song going there. We just went from there and had then we actually got like 40 ideas together, and then narrowed it down to 12, and went back to the blasting room again. Got my ass kicked. It was awesome. And I'm stoked on it. Persona non grata. It's gonna be. I'm really stoked for it.
What is it like having Bill Stevenson just be working with him?
I spent my birthday tempo mapping the album with him. So you could.
Okay, well, happy birthday to you.
You could have just killed me right then and there. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, yeah. If you want to build that, I don't care what you want to do.
Do what you want. You do.
Yeah, you know what's best. And he just was an awesome guy. We ended up going out for sushi that night and having a good time. And he's just the stuff that he just he flies off the cuff with what he talks about. He'll change a subject in a heartbeat. It's like, what were you just talking about? How's that?
It's all that caffeine.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know. They have their own coffee made at the blasting room, and it's
Is it good?
lethal. It's amazing, but it's lethal. I mean, it's like it's like I want to go from playing 175 beats per minute to 220 right away.
Oh man.
I mean, it's
They
gnarly.
knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They make that. They're like feeding it with an IV to the drummers that come through the door.
Well, I mean, he did all that stuff. I mean, Bill's main strength is actually vocals, like melody lines and phrasing. And so Jason Livermore was actually the guy who did my drums, and he is a ball buster, which I love. I want a guy to produce me.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not paying $20,000 just to go, that was something good. So I mean, I remember my first take. He goes, "Are you PC?" I'm like, "No." Say what you want. He goes, "You hit the kick drum like a fag."
Oh shit!
I'm like, "Okay." Be more honest, why don't you?
Like the kick drum likes other kick drums.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And then he goes, I need you to fag the cymbals because you hit those way too hard. I'm like, okay. So he just like he busted my balls. And like the things the guy came up with. I mean, literally like on the cuff. Like I'm like one of the songs just one time through. And he goes, I love it. Reintro, do like a backward Stuart Copeland beat. I'm like, huh?
Oh, shit.
And he got on the kit and showed me. I'm like, and you came up with that in the 3 minutes I did that song. I'm like, what? I mean, it blows my mind. So I mean, it was really cool to be a part of that process. And they have it's like your veritable paradise for instruments. Like they have so many guitars there, so many drums. Like you walk in, there's a whole room just of drums. Wow. And you mix and match, and you like have like dozens of cymbals, dozens of kits, 30, 40 snare drums.
Holy shit.
I played 9 snare drums on this record.
Wow, that's insane.
And that blew my mind too. He would like listen to our pre-production demos. He goes, "We're gonna try the Black Beauty snare on this one. It sounds like that." I'm like, "Okay, whatever you say, dude." And it's perfect. It's in Fort Collins, which I told my wife I already want to move there when it's an amazing place. Mm-hmm. It's like, wow, people say hi and they smile.
It's weird.
I know. Go figure.
Yeah.
But But I mean, it was a phenomenal experience, and then I'm excited for this record because I mean it's Authority Zero, but we also took a couple chances on a couple songs, and just wanted to make it a little bit different, but also not rehash the same album over and over and over again, but also have that Authority Zero sound. Okay. So I'm super stoked on it. I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
Who decided Persona non grata?
Jason wrote.
Did somebody get banned in another country? What happened? What is the story?
Well, I mean, Jason. I mean, you guys know how his lyrics are very positive and very.
Yes. Yeah.
Even if they're not positive, he puts them in a positive light.
Yeah. Right.
And he wrote a song. The title. There's a song on there called Persona non grata. He goes, I want that to be the album title. Okay. Because it's even though punks and all that stuff, they are seen as outcasts. Authority Zero is already kind of outcast from the punk rock world. We're like too punk for the ska crowd. We're too ska for the punk crowd. Like we don't do punk rock bowling. Yeah, we don't do punk rock bowling. We do Rob Rover's Love, Hope, Strength thing, but we've never been a part of it. You guys have, which is awesome. You guys did the main stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking man. But it's like it's
cash.
Yeah, yeah, no big deal. Cool. But it worked. I mean, it's like it made sense from our point of view. It's like there's punks are the outcasts of the music world. We're the outcasts from the punks, But also everybody that comes to our shows loves it. I mean, even if you've never seen our band, you come out a fan. We played a show in Florida recently with that band Cold War Kids, and nothing like us. And it was for Florida Tech, so it was like thousands of people there for a free show. And we played and we killed it. And we were backstage breaking down, and this couple walked by me and going, I just want to say we came here to see Cold War Kids, but after watching you guys play, we're exhausted and we don't want to see them. Mike.
Cool.
Dan. Jason, come here. Say that again. I've always had that mind frame of like, since I was a kid, like if we're like not the headlining band, I want to walk on stage, destroy it, and like just have that, follow that. I want to have that people like, okay, you guys are amazing, but just try to follow that energy we just gave you.
Damn. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're not doing it to kill it every night and make new fans, then why are you doing it?
What is that scene on Great Balls of Fire where like Jerry Lee Lewis like
with Chuck Berry?
Follow that.
Follow that killer.
And I know that's your fave over there, Gabby.
I finally did order it.
You did?
I
okay,
did.
Good.
Oh man, I looked
Damn
for
it! I was
The movie?
gonna try.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
It's hard. It's my favorite movie, and it's fucking hard to find.
It's a great movie.
So good. I remember watching it when you shouldn't have been watching it as a kid. Like, those things.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told us that because I was gonna buy that for you.
Yeah,
I love that
I
movie.
was looking for it.
It's been sitting in my TV set for like
good.
3 weeks now.
Good for you.
Haven't had the time.
Treat yourself.
Jerry Lee Lewis was a pervert.
Yep.
Yes.
And I got
But
the
damn,
Blu-ray.
though, could that guy play the piano?
Pervert and breed.
But boy, he'd play that piano and sing his ass off.
Yeah.
And he's still alive.
That guy, of all people, is still alive.
I know.
Him and Keith Richards, how are they alive?
I know. I don't understand.
Blows my mind.
Yeah. Sold their soul or something.
And yet Tony Sly passes away.
Right.
Yeah.
And Bret Michaels is still alive. How's that? Why is that?
Someone please tell us. Please tell us why. Why?
I really don't want to hear Talk Dirty to Me anymore. Go.
I was in a punk band and we used to cover Talk Dirty to Me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
You
feel
said that with
some
such
regret.
hesitation.
Some regret. Like
That is...
It's actually kind of fun to play, so there.
you go.
Do you, boo?
You do you.
Is there a chance Venomous will be doing that song? As I look at Gabby's hesitation.
I like the Real Big Fish version.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. They
like
covered
that
it.
one.
I forgot about that.
I like that one.
Oh, Real Big Fish.
Yeah. You guys want to do a music break? Yeah.
Probably.
Where are we at? Yeah, let's do a music break. So we usually ask our guests to pick a song that they like or something that they're feeling right now, or maybe something that influenced you as a drummer. I
will say one of my favorite bands for the last 10 years and to this day is still Wilhelm Scream.
Okay.
I'd like to hear maybe These Dead Streets from Career Suicide.
Let's do it right here on the Sound Sister Podcast.
We went away to the mountains, took over restaurants, corporate food. Mama and Papa got liquor and gun stores, tortured this city down. I had a thought and I loved
you're taking care of yourself more, I guess now. So
Well, yeah, we got back from Girl Gang tour, and I was getting sick a lot, like cold sick. And I was just like, well, I'm just getting sick from people at work or whatever. And then I finally, Corey was like, dude, you need to go get blood work done. So I went to the doctor, and sure enough, she was like, yeah, you got the diabetes. And I was
oh my
like,
god,
fuck.
yeah, my mom has it too. So it's like, I mean, it sucks right now for her because she needs both of her hips replaced and she can't because she's older and has the diabetes, and now she's anemic.
Oh man.
So it's
Good
like,
thoughts to her. For
yeah,
sure. That's
she's
rough.
she's still kicking and rocking and holding the baby.
Yeah.
So it's like I understand where you're coming from because my mom's when she didn't know she was diabetic. None of my family ever been diabetic, so we didn't know the symptoms, and so her blood sugar was so high that it was fucking with her brain.
Oh.
And she finally collapsed, like outside our house, and her blood sugar, hard to believe. I know nobody ever believes me, but they actually had to put 2 machines to figure it out. It was actually 1795,
Shut the fuck up.
and she lived.
Oh my god.
She was out of the hospital within 5 days.
Holy shit, dude.
It was gnarly.
She had stuff to live for.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it was. I mean, it was like fucking with her mind so much. Like where she goes, I think your dad's cheating on me. I'm like, why do you think that? He goes, he took 1,000 square feet off the house. I'm like, that's a whole house, Mom.
Oh wow.
Dude,
was
that's crazy.
Gnarly. So it's like, I thought she was doing drugs. Because it's like I said, we didn't know the symptoms. I didn't see that coming at all. And
That's
so
the
I'm like,
thing. Yeah, I was talking to my aunt yesterday, and I was like, well, what's it like when you get, like, on a really high? She's like, it feels like you're buzzed. So being on drugs, I get it. I haven't, like, ever gone on too high, but I've felt, like, very low. Like, it feels like you just don't feel right. Like, your head feels woozy, and you just don't, you don't feel right. Like,
my mom actually prefers the high than the low. She said like when it drops, it's like you're like falling out of a building.
that's what my aunt said, too. She's like, it's easier to bring yourself down than instead trying to bring yourself back up. It's way harder. And it's fatal if you go too low.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You can die.
Yeah.
You could die from that, so don't get the diabetes.
You can die.
But no, I changed my diet and went
awesome.
paleo, and I've lost like 40 pounds. Fuck.
Yeah, you look
It's
great.
been hard, man. Thank you. It's
awesome.
been hard, but yeah. That's one of the things I wanted to ask you. I mean, touring and everything. How do you guys like not eat fast food every day? And like, what do you guys do?
Well, Europe, luckily, I mean, I lost 20 pounds on this last European tour.
Okay.
Because they serve you in house there most of the time, serve you at the venue, and it's usually vegetarian and vegan stuff, and so have no choice. Japan, they have no carbs there. they have noodles, but those things fill you up like that.
Yeah.
America, you eat fast food. I mean, let's face facts. You know, Mike and Travis will go on it, and Dan usually will also like go, hey, let's go to Whole Foods and like get some stuff, and like we'll get all this stuff and we'll have it for like a day, and then we'll go back to eating junk food.
The intent was there for
The intent we had the thought, but we just couldn't keep it together.
Right. It's rough.
It's like
It's gotta be
Taco
hard,
Bell.
Yeah. Oh man.
I want a Doritos Locos now. And Travis is he's also diabetic, our tour manager, and like the stuff that he eats just blows my mind. Like just crap.
He just eats whatever.
Yeah, like he actually explained one time that he actually made a meatloaf sandwich where he put a piece of meatloaf and put the bread was meatloaf too.
What?
Like, that's a meatloaf sandwich.
Breadless meatloaf sandwich.
Breadless meatloaf sandwich.
That's a paleo meatloaf sandwich.
I
No
guess.
bread. Yeah. I guess it works.
And I'm just sitting there getting pissed off. I'm like, oh, dude, I just had a meal and I'm already feeling like I gained 5 pounds, and this kid's like $1.05.
Totally.
It's like, I hate you, dude.
Yeah, I want to talk to Travis too and find out, like, dude, I know you tour a lot with the band. Like, what's
How
it like
does he
being
do?
diabetic? And
He's a good dude. I
do you do?
remember him when he was the cigarette dude. Would go into bars.
Oh, the camel guy?
Because I bartended at Palo for 7 years, and I remember him coming in. He was always such a cool dude and everything. And then it's cool seeing him tour around. I mean, you guys treat him like he is in the band.
Yeah.
You guys treat your crew very well.
Yeah.
And as someone who likes to go along with bands and do the same thing, it's really nice to see.
I mean, we try not to let them do. We give you a mission, and that's all you have to do. I do a lot of the stuff for us on tour because the Doing Piano Bar I work at is actually owned by DoubleTree, so I'm actually an employee. So I get Hampton, Hilton, Embassy Suites, all these amazing hotels for $40 a night.
damn.
So it's $40 for a hotel room without bed bugs.
Yeah.
And then you have they have like the full hot breakfast like buffet every morning, and it's like so I book all the hotels. I do a lot of our social media, and I do also the set list. So my plate's full. Dan also likes to he likes to really work on the, making sure that we're doing good financially. And then we just let Jason be Jason because he's like the most amazing frontman I've ever had the pleasure of being in a band with.
Even off stage, he definitely takes his time to talk to every single person. He's very humble.
He's very humble. And it's hard to find that nowadays.
And approachable.
He's very approachable. And it's just like every time I just like, even like when he's like had like a bad day or whatever like that, he still will not let it affect how he is. He will always be, what's up, dudes, and do his whole mahalo thing. And it's like it's a pleasure to be in the band with that guy because it makes you not take things so seriously that you should.
I was going to ask you some questions because I know Jason's, obviously, we're on a podcast asking questions. I just realized. I'm going to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Jeez. So
Informal chat.
Total Angela moment. Anyway, no. Jason's dad, David.
Yes.
I know him, been going to Tempe Camera with him. Like, he's loaned me some of his lenses. He's definitely a photographer that I look up to.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed that there is this ongoing thing with photographers where, like, there are no good, pictures of the drummers. And my husband was a drummer first, so he's giving me pointers, Rico has. But I want to know, what are your favorite photographers because you got some great shots. And also, if I'm taking photos of you, what do I do to not piss you off trying to take a photo of you?
The only thing I ask photographers is don't put it in front of like where I might hit you with my stick.
Okay, fair enough.
That's my only thing. There's a girl in Europe, Sylvie, and there's a girl in Belgium called Greet. They are just awesome. They make it a point to take cool photos of me, and I think there's action shots. I mean, that's what I'm all about. And David, David just kills it on that too.
He's amazing.
So I mean, it's mainly like David, and then these people in Europe. I mean, they follow us around for like 5 or 6 shows, and they come out and just kill it with us, which is awesome.
That is an advantage too, which I've learned, is being able to see bands more than once in their stage show to really, really get it. And so then you could be around. I mean, there is something just to be taken away with the music as a photographer, but
I don't think so.
So if I'm on the sidelines at the marquee, I've done it before, by the way, and I just am checking if I pissed them off. But I have run up behind you and taken over shoulder shots, that kind of thing, and ran back. And
that's fine.
And the entire time I'm freaking out. Don't unplug anything.
Don't
fuck it up.
Unless there's a microphone on stage, then you can unplug that all you want. Because we don't need Dalley singing backgrounds.
Right. So I mean, I just am really appreciative, and I learned so much by you guys definitely do cite all of the photographers, and that's great because not all bands do. So you guys give credit.
There's guys that are really good at doing action shots. There's also a guy like Dennis Pike in the East Coast who does like really good just photos, like a photo shoot of us. He did a really cool one of us in Jersey where it was really foggy. It was like creepy. We were on the street, and he just like did this back shot like from about 20 feet away.
Nice.
And it was awesome.
You had me at creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Actually, I'll show you.
Oh yeah,
We'll include this in the gallery or
the Galleria.
Yeah,
it's actually my cover photo.
So while you look that up, talking about creepy, any ghost stories on the road
in Europe?
Shit.
What have you seen?
Oh man, give us the dish.
Tell me more.
There was. He did that one.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's goals right there.
That
is amazing lighting, and to do that at night, that's really, really.
And I was
good.
at 11:30, and it was perfect. It was awesome.
Good.
That looks
creepy.
What
Yes,
month did
in
he
Bakersfield, we were playing. In Bakersfield, we were playing a place, and my wife actually came along with our kids.
Okay.
And Danielle had to go downstairs to get food for us, and I was playing, so she had to go down. And she has Cody, our oldest son's phone, because they were asleep. She had the oldest son's phone, and to watch him on FaceTime while she went down there. And all of a sudden the phone went up and against the ceiling, and she's like, "What the hell?" And because we had heard the place is haunted, and so she ran back up, and the phone was how it should have been.
Fuck.
what?
Yeah, it went up, and you saw the ceiling fan.
What?
And then she went back up, and it was perfectly straight.
What the fuck?
And he was dead asleep, didn't move, nothing.
Both boys were dead asleep. hadn't changed the position at all. So yeah. As far as I go personally, I don't see that stuff because I am the heaviest sleeper in the world. Thank God.
Yeah.
Mike, Dan, Jason, no. Jason sees stuff all the time apparently.
Ooh, Jay.
What does he see?
He hasn't told us anything. He just I just saw something. I'm like, what? I don't know.
I don't want to talk.
He wants to keep you guys unburdened.
Yeah.
With this.
That's what he does. I mean, he's like, I have my own thing. You guys worry about yourselves. You know.
Wow.
So it's ghost stories. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I actually saw. I'm like, okay, that's just nuts.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, we've heard about places being haunted, but I've never personally seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Thank
But
God.
Jason has.
Jason has. Yeah.
I gotta get jaded and be like,
Yeah.
I know.
It's an ongoing theme that we talk about is like UFOs, conspiracy theories, Sasquatch theories.
Yeah.
all
And it's not like I don't believe this stuff too, because I mean, I do believe in that stuff. And it's like, okay, stuff happens that's just not normal. It's abnormal. So it's like, you know, I personally have not seen that stuff
Yeah.
like as much. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Same here. I haven't seen
Yeah.
shit, but still,
Yeah.
it's creepy. Ugh.
But we've like
creepy.
experienced things that we can't explain.
Right.
Like, I've got shoes that move in my closet.
yeah,
That-
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's just me. I don't fucking move them.
I'll tell you the creepiest thing that happened was like since I've been in the band for almost 4 years now, and the one thing there's been two things that have happened to Authority Zero in this 4 years I've been in the band. One was when we got our stuff stolen in Texas,
Yeah.
and the other one was when we hit black ice in Wyoming and
Yeah.
flipped.
That was
That was
Gnarly.
crazy.
Luckily, we didn't have our trailer, so Smith had their trailer. Our trailer was broken, thank God.
Wow.
But both those times, I didn't have my St. Christopher necklace that my grandmother gave me.
wow. I just got chills.
Yeah, that was the only time those are the only two times I forgot to take it with me on tour. And I'm not religious by any means, but it's like my grandmother gave it to me, so I hold it close to my heart. So that creeps me out. The fact that both those times I'm like, this is staying on me forever.
Wow.
Right.
Because bad shit happened both times. You know.
Dude, that's like La Bamba and the
Yeah.
necklace.
Oh yeah, with the necklace with
I
Bob.
just watched that. I just watched that last night too.
The necklace breaks, and then what happened? Yeah.
Not my Richie.
Do you want to know something crazy? Speaking of La Bamba, I'll tell you a funny story about the last record we did broadcasting. That song Sevens.
Okay.
Mike likes to write songs that are not in 4/4 time. He likes to write songs to fuck with me as a drummer. So Sevens is in a 7/4 time. That's why it's called Sevens. And so there's a breakdown part where it's just me playing by myself with them with doing like vocal stuff, and it's hard to like. It's fills over 7/4 time, and I'm sitting there and like. Mike and Jason Livermore are watching me and going, dude, you look like Bob in La Bamba when he's playing drums. Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I was like,
Gosh, yes, I remember.
oh, that sucks.
Totally.
He's like, he just goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, just like sitting there going, concentrating so hard.
I'm gonna watch that scene in a totally different way.
Oh, that was the best. That was like one of my favorite scenes of all time. Just like, oh boy,
Yeah.
oh boy.
It's all off key and everything. And he's all smiling.
That was amazing.
Stoked. He was stoked on it, dude.
So
He was
stoked
loving
on
life.
Living his best life.
Uh-huh. Still one of my favorite movies of all time, La Bamba. I love
Hell
that
yeah.
Oh,
movie.
it's so good.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
good.
It's a good movie.
it's a great movie. So the next time you guys watch that, Dalley and Sevens.
For sure.
We can't script this shit out, folks. Like,
Nope.
this shit is all real.
Yeah, crazy.
So you're going to Japan.
Yes,
How many times have you been there?
7.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's goals right
And
there.
it's amazing there. I mean, it's the first thing that just draws you in is like how clean it is up there. I mean, it's like we were on the bullet train the first time I was there. I'm like, I could probably look at this floor and be okay. I mean, it's so clean. I mean, like you like, oh my god, it's so clean here. And you go back to LAX and there's pee on the walls. I'm like, oh, home sweet home. But like, the people there, I mean, they are ecstatic. They love their punk rock out there. They go absolutely bonkers when you're playing. The one thing that if you go there for the first time, that one thing that don't be prepared for is that when you play, they're going nuts. When the song stops, they applaud. Then you can hear a pin drop. They find it disrespectful to talk in between your songs.
Wow.
Yeah, like it could be. I mean, we just played a festival, the Hay Smith Festival in Osaka, and it was 15,000 people, and pin drop. Like, okay, I've heard it in clubs. I didn't know you guys could get it out there.
That's insane. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's incredible out there. I mean, like I remember we were just doing the last tour we just did, and we ran out of beer backstage because we were like second of 4. I'm like, Mike and I are at, we need more beer. So we went to the bar, and we got mobbed. I mean, there's a photo that we took of like I was like,
It was like Beatlemania.
yeah,
Wow.
it's insane.
Dude, that's so cool.
It's really cool out there, and just like they are so passionate about the music, and just they're just like so thankful for bands to go out there and just rock out for them, and they are just incredible. And our label out there, Caffeine Bomb, the owner Hideki, he's just the most amazing guy on the planet. Like he spares no expense for us. I mean, we stay in these amazing hotels. Each of us have our own room.
Wow.
And then after every show, he takes us out. I'm not talking just us. Every band on that bill takes us out for a mad dinner, and he insists on paying the bill. And it's like, what, dude, I'll pay my dinner. I don't care. But it's like they are just so hospitable out there, and they're so amazing. And just being in a band, playing with Hay Smith, that was a band that I was afraid to bring out here with us because to follow that band, they're like the best way I could describe that band is the band Chicago with a punk rock Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And they are just phenomenal, like the best, most energetic people I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, it was a challenge to follow them on the U.S. tour.
Wow.
It's like I remember like watching them the first time we played with them, going, glad we played before them because that's hard to follow.
So do you prefer to play in front of a Japanese crowd or American crowd?
It depends.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously, America for my most part, from what I see of touring all these years, is like America's very fickle. They, where like they're into it, and then all of a sudden, in the year they're into something else. Where Japan, Australia, Europe, Canada, they're all stuck in 1995, which I love.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so
good
they're
to know.
passionate about those people.
Mental note?
Yeah, but I mean, like America, like we have our hotspots. Like Denver's a really good hotspot for us. I was so impressed because this last tour we were playing an outdoor pavilion, and I'm like, oh, cool. It's like it was a free show, and there was like 2,500 capacity. And about a month before the show, they announced the Skywag Festival playing a mile away from us the same day. So it was Bad Religion, Rancid, Pennywise against us,
Fuck.
and we still had 800 people show up.
Wow.
And so that's not really awesome. I love that we love Denver, and obviously Dan's from there, and so it's even more amazing for him. And then we have Florida, where we do really well there. Virginia Beach is also a hot spot. Dallas has become a hot spot for us, where the rest of Texas is kind of just
Dallas is a fun place.
Dallas is amazing.
I went on tour for a little bit there, like with a band, just for like a day, and everyone was so nice and welcoming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's also like it humbles you too, going from Denver, then you go to play to 30 people in Omaha.
Yeah.
It's like back to reality.
Yeah.
You checked yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. But I tell people, I mean, it's like we always remind ourselves, like we don't care if there's 30 people there or 30,000 people. They paid to see us play. Let's give them the best show they want, that they deserve. And so, but like the European people like really taken to us too. This last tour we just did was incredible. Like every show we played was packed. Played festival, played with Bad Religion, watching them play Suffer in its entirety. I sat there, was literally crying in my beer. And the drum tech goes, dude, here. And he gave me the set list. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Plug Greg Stocks. Love you.
So what other okay, we call them fangirl moments. So that was obviously a fangirl moment for you.
Yeah.
Others? Any notable ones?
Bill Stevenson.
Yeah.
That was a big one. There's just, I mean, it depends on how approachable they are. There's some guys, I'm not going to name names, that are in bands that I love that I don't talk to them. I let them come to me to say hi because I don't know what kind of mood they're in. I know it's just, But it's like, I see people like get pissed off about stuff. It's like, dude, enjoy this because, it's not going to happen at all. It's not going to be going on the whole time.
Right.
But, I mean, definitely Dave Ron from Lagwagon, he's just like one of my heroes, and he's become a really good friend of mine too, which is awesome. I just still like freak out when he sends me a text message like, Dave Ron's texting me right now. Like I get excited. Like Bill Stevenson sent me a text when I left the studio saying, "I miss you." I saved that. That is staying on my phone till the day I die.
Yeah.
I will transfer that to my.
He
every phone
printed
I
it out and he's gonna frame it.
get. Totally.
I would.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, all the guys in Bad Religion, I fanboy out. Byron from Pennywise, I've known since I was 18 years old.
Oh, okay.
I actually stalked him. And he still tells the story to this very day whenever I see him. He tells, like, everybody around me. Like, because what happened was me and my singer at the time, I was 18, and we were just like huge Pennywise fans. And we're like, we were bored in my house. I'm like, hey, let's call information and see if any of the guys are listed. And me being the drummer, like, yeah, Hermosa Beach, Byron Van Becken. Here it is. And I called them. And Byron goes, hello. I'm like, is this Byron? He goes, yeah. I'm like, from Pennywise? He goes, yeah, I love you, bro. And he talked to me for like 45 minutes on the phone. And then a week later, they were getting ready to do the 96 Warped Tour. Wow. And he goes, hey, do you and the band want to come down for rehearsal while we rehearse? I'm like, yeah. And so we got there and we like fell out of the car like giggling kids. Like, we're hearing Wouldn't It Be Nice being played. I'm like, oh my God. And we sat there and watched their whole rehearsal, and then they played us songs that were going to be on Full Circle, which came out a year later. Mm-hmm. And definitely the coolest part was he goes, you guys want to come up and play one of your songs? I'm like, okay. And we played one of our songs. He goes, Dalley, you said you know all of our songs. Play one of our songs. So we did City is Burning with Jim singing and trying to remember the words. And Byron like, Society reflects tonight. And so to this day, anytime that we're at a show together or a festival, my stalker. To this day. So it's like, it trips me out that he still remembers that. And like still, yeah, he's still one of my favorite drummers of all time. That's awesome. Watching that guy play is just a machine. It's like, blows my mind.
See, that's another like the right place at the right time. Just creepy.
Kind of creepy. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, why did I just do that?
But look what it led to.
Right.
You just,
yeah.
You're like, fuck it, I'm calling, like, whatever.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome to have that, like, oh yeah, so here's my story.
That's so cool.
And have the fact that he every time we bring it up, he'll like find somebody he hasn't told it yet. And like, so this guy.
He's like walking across like the room to the other side to find that one person. Let me tell you.
He did that at Grows Rock in 2013.
Oh my God.
Because, hey, come here. I have to tell you the story, buddy. I'm like, oh God. I'm going to get a shot.
That's awesome.
It's been amazing, yeah. So those are definitely my family moments.
Yeah. Cool. What are some of the bands that you've played with that are just your, I guess Bad Religion would be one, like
Bad Religion, Propaganda.
Okay.
I would have to still say Pennywise when we went out to San Diego and they played the whole Unknown Road album. We were the opening band.
And these were all Authority? Like,
yeah,
okay.
Authority. But I played with other bands where we just like did these amazing festivals and played with like huge bands, and it's like definitely Motley Crue, where we actually talked to them afterwards, and they were just like completely cool because Nikki. This was my with Implants. And we played Amnesia Rock Fest together, and Nikki Sixx played our song on his radio show. And so he's like, dude, yeah, you guys are fucking awesome. I'm like, what?
That's so fucking rad.
Wow. Motley Crue likes our music? Holy shit. Take us on tour. But, I mean, it's like, definitely Wilhelm Scream is a band. That mutual respect that we have for each other. They're like the nicest guys on the planet. We're always on stage watching them play. They're always on stage watching us play. Such Gold is a great band that we toured a lot with. Strung Out, we've toured with so many times. Like, and I'm also in Implants with Rob, and so all those guys are just a trip. So
that reminds me of the last punk rock bowling that I was at, and I ran into Dalley, and then I said I was introducing him to some of my friends. Yeah, I used to drum with Authority and Strung Out, and then he looked at me like, "What?" And he turned and walked away.
Well, yeah, I played with Strung Out. Okay.
I don't know what. Now, mind you, I had been Vegasing people. Okay, I just got some shit mixed up in my head. Total Ange moment. Luckily, we talked before then, or else he'd be like, "Who the fuck is this chick?" Like, done. I'm over it.
Well, I mean, I still fanboy out when I'm in with Implants because Rob is one of my favorite guitar players, and Matt Riddle is one of my favorite bass players.
Their harmonies are sick.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the funny thing about Implants, about being with that band was I was having a Labor Day party, and Rob goes, "Hey, why don't we play it?" I'm like, "Okay, let's play my Labor Day party, cool." And Rob sends a text to all of us, goes, "Hey, let's learn the Iron Maiden song individually, not play it all together until your party." And I'm like, "Okay, which one do you want to do?" And so of course, Rob, being the jerk that he is, picks a 7.5 minute long song with like 20,000 changes, Phantom of the Opera, and we nailed it. It was like, we played it like perfectly, and it's got like already over like 40,000 views on YouTube.
Oh shit!
What?
Yeah.
We should include that in the gallery too.
I'll have to look it up.
It was. I mean, it came out of me. Like we're just sitting there, just like we haven't played this together at all, and we rocked it. I loved it. It was so amazing. So I still geek out over that, like the fact I'm with those two guys especially.
Right, it's like the super group.
Absolutely, right. And that's the funny thing. We didn't look at it like that. We looked at it as like were friends that our original bass player, Chris Del Rio, who actually wrote a lion's share of that first record. He wrote like 8 of the songs. But Jim had wanted to do songs that weren't for Pulley, and then Rob had a couple songs that didn't work out for Strung Out.
Right.
And that's how we got that band together and still play every once in a while, so it's great.
Big Ange.
Big Ange. That's right. That's the name. We're still working on my rapper name.
Your rapper name?
Yeah, because they got Baggy, right?
G Baggy.
G Baggy, right? Dre Wow. I don't have one.
I'm Snoop Dalley.
Snoop.
See? I mean, listeners, think about it, and I want to hear what you think. What should that
Angela
be?
Rose Red. What?
I know. What the fuck? I don't know. And Angela's kind of a weird. Anyway, we're going off topic. We're going off topic, guys. Oh, we're gonna bring it back in. Okay.
yeah.
So do you have any hobbies then outside of drumming? I know that you said sports is a big one. But...
Sports is a big one. That's pretty much all I have. Like, I mean, I'm like Mr. Knowledge when it comes to music. I'm such a steady guy about music. We're to the point like where people call me and ask me who does this song, and I'll usually know it.
Okay.
I'll know like, and not just songs. I'll like know time periods of like when this song came out. Like I'll correct at the Doing Piano Bar I work at. I'll correct the guy that was Ucha from 5 Stair Steps came out in 1970.
Nice.
I'll call him out.
That's great.
Because I mean, I'm like one of those music nerds like where I'll like read a book. If I see liner notes, I'll read that liner note and find that book and read that book.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And your father is a musician too.
Bass player,
right?
yeah. He was actually the bass player for the
bass
Dickies.
player. Yeah, that's right.
That's how I got into punk rock. 1987 was my first punk show. Descendants in 7 Seconds.
So the fact that you're a musician is not surprising at all for anyone around you.
I mean, it was why aren't you a bass player? I'm like, I don't know. I just started playing drums when I was 2. So,
So you don't play any other instruments?
oh, I claim to, but I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I know songs on piano and I know how to play some guitar, but I play it left-handed, strung right-handed.
I play mean triangle if you ever need one.
Oh, dude.
I'm still trying to convince
Do you
the
want to
peeps
just? Do
to
you want to
let
know
me
funny?
in.
Do you want to know something funny that my wife just admitted this and she shouldn't have admitted it to me because I've been telling everybody about it? Is that she just learned at the age of 36 how to play a kazoo.
What?
She thought it was defective, all of them. Every time she tried it, she goes, it was like Blazing Saddles with the balls. Like these things are defective every single time with her. So.
Oh my cute. I can't with her. Danielle, good for you. Good for you, love.
She's gonna kill me that I'm doing this on the podcast because she gets so embarrassed about it.
Do you have advice? I mean, you are one of the few musicians that's your job. I mean, even when you're home, you're living the dream. What advice do you have for anyone? I mean, not just musicians, anyone. Like, for instance, photographers, artists, whoever wants to make their dream a reality.
You have to like basically just take everything out. Like that has to be your focus. Like everything else has to be like over here, like in your peripheral. I mean, when I play music, it's like I play every day, even when I'm not playing a show or like that. At the Doing Piano Bar, I play for 4 hours, and so it's like I'm just sitting there and I'm watching my baby and all this stuff. I'm doing burnouts on a pillow. I'm just constantly because the fact I'm 41 and I can still do this is pretty amazing. And these young and up and coming drummers are amazing. These kids I'm seeing that are just blowing my mind. It's like, oh God, I hope they don't fire me and get this guy. Because these guys are amazing, and it's like it humbles you to the fact like, okay, you know what, I'm good, but I know I could be a lot better. I mean, I see things that other drummers doing. It's like, wow, okay, I would have never thought about doing that. And it's like, but you have to always just like constantly like not think that you're above anything else. You like always like keep on reevaluating what you do as a drummer or as a musician or a photographer. Okay, I'll try this idea and try to put this in here and make it a punk rock thing or something like that. You have to always just be acceptable, open to other ideas, or else you're just going to be stuck in this little hole.
For real.
But you just have to keep on going. Like I've almost given up a couple times, just because it's like it's so hard. When I was in Death by Stereo, I almost quit being a musician just because it was such an ugly time when I left that band.
Wow.
And I became a different person. Like almost all my friends like left me. Like, because I bought into the whole gimmick of what Death by Stereo was. And I became kind of like those guys where it wasn't me anymore. And when I got done, I was drinking every day. I was like getting blacked out drunk every day just because I didn't want to be in that situation anymore. And so that was like one of the only time I've ever like was not in a band anymore. I didn't have anything going on. And so I almost like just considered giving it up. But you have to anytime like you are like feel like you're being stomped to the ground, just keep on pushing forward, or else you're not going to succeed. You know, you just have to always push all that negative stuff out, look forward, and just hope for the best. You know, I mean, it's not a guarantee. You know, that's the thing. It's never a guarantee. But if you don't try, how are you going to know? You know?
True that.
Feels.
Yeah.
PMA.
Feels.
Feels and feelings and that stuff.
I don't know. That's kind of how like we've been
Yeah.
just discussing lately is the whole like PMA and
Yeah.
If you don't try.
don't let anybody else tell you you can't do anything right now. Just try to go for it.
Well, that's the one thing I'm bummed out about still is that, I mean, it's been 10 years since I've left Death by Stereo, and we're not friends at all.
No.
And it's not because of anything. It's basically been a game of telephone, basically with mutual friends
Gotcha.
that slice and dice what you say,
Yeah.
and they turn what you say into the most negative thing possible. We've come close to where we like reconcile them and been cool a few times, but now it's again not good.
Damn.
It's like, dude, it's like I'm 41. Why am I feel like I'm in a 13-year-old junior high school game here where, you know, call me and just talk to me about it, you know? You know?
Yeah.
Communication.
Well, it was weird because in Europe, because, you know, Dan is also in Zebrahead and now Ephraim is with Voodoo Gold Skulls. And we did shows with both those bands and neither of them looked at me the entire time.
Wow.
And it's like,
Dalley beef.
tally beef. I mean, it was weird because when I
Sounds like a name of like a hot dog or a deli beef. I don't know.
Dalley beef hot dog, yeah. Give him now a winter sizzle. The weird thing was like when I found out Ephraim joined Voodoo Gold Skulls, I'm like, wow, this is like 6 degrees of Dalley. It's like he's like,
Yeah.
because I never heard him at all be associated with Voodoo Gold Skulls, and all of a sudden became a singer, and he rocks it with them. We played with them, and like I said, it's not. There's nothing going on with, you know. I have nothing but love for those guys, no matter how they feel about me, whatever. But I will say this: he kills it with that band. He's amazing, and I love Frank to death. Frank's like still my buddy, but Ephraim brought a whole new dynamic of energy to that band, and I still love Death by Stereo. I mean, I still listen to their stuff all the time. It's like just because like we're not getting along doesn't mean I can't love what they did and love what I did with them. You know, you always just have to always like, okay, look at the fun times, and God, the music was awesome. It was great.
Yeah. And it's like sometimes it's just not worth your energy to just focus on it. Like focus on what's making you happy and just, you know, doing Authority. And if you guys can't reconcile, then it is what it is. But at least you can say, well, I tried.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's the thing with Authorities. I mean, if there's a song on the new record called "The Bright Side," and Jason turns every negative into a positive. I mean,
Yeah.
he basically the song is basically written about his experiences with past members, and like the chorus goes, "On the bright side, always remember I love those days and choices I made and all that stuff." It's like he doesn't regret anything of the past at all, but he loves moving forward. And I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, there was other members in the band that did not want to do any of the old stuff anymore. Like they refused to do Super Bitch, they refused to do Over Seasons, and it's like, dude, it's not about what you want. It's about what I mean. Every night the crowd's going Super Bitch.
Right.
And it's like, it's not about what you want, man. I mean, you might not like the song, but I mean, I'm overplaying No Regrets. I played that every damn show since I've been in that band, but I see the crowd get into it. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, it's not about what I want, you know, it's like, it's about what you want, what the crowd wants. And I take pride in like, you know, making suggestions to the band. Like first I was like, hey, let's do this song because we haven't done it for a long time and people will be stoked on it.
Yeah.
So we're like at the show in Marquee, we're doing 5 old songs that we haven't done. 2 of them I've never done with the band.
Ooh.
So adding just some cool shit, just like see the crowd just go, oh my God, they're playing this song. You know, it's awesome to have that.
Well, as a drummer, you do have a different view of the crowd.
I see everything.
Because you're full frontal. I mean, as like guitar bass, even if you're on point, even if you know your songs, you're still looking down, you're still jumping around, but you are stationary.
Yeah.
You are the foundation, so you know that crowd. That crowd, it's your baby. So maybe you don't want, you know, you got to give the baby what it wants and what it needs.
Yeah. Give the baby his milk.
Right. Give him the teat.
But there's times on stage like where Mike and I have this amazing, like Jason will come up and jump up in the riser and we'll rock out together. But Mike and I just have this amazing energy together where we just say things and like it's like kind of like we're speaking in tongue and nobody's like, what the fuck are they laughing at? Like we do that song "Brick in the Wave" and there's a part where the verse goes, "What the fuck is wrong with me?" And Mike always looks back at me and sings that back to me. I'm like, a lot. A lot, dude. There's a lot the fuck wrong with you.
That's great.
Yeah, so I mean it's I mean, it's like, I mean, and you guys know this. I mean, and you do too. Like just being with in a band, it's like being on that stage is like the best.
Yeah.
It's like I can't. People ask what it's like. I'm like, it's better than sex. It's the most amazing feeling you can. I mean, having that surge come back to you, and you're like giving stuff back and forth. It's like you can't put that into words about how much that means to you, and like how much, especially as a drummer. You know, that pit's going around because of how fast you're playing and all that fun stuff. And it's like I love it. It's like it's the best drug in the world. That's why I've never done drugs.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say at 41, I've never done. I smoked pot 3 times and I fell asleep all 3 times. But I've never done anything higher than that. Yeah. It's never intrigued me. I'm already too hyper. Meth and coke would be like scanners.
Just probably calm you down. You'd be like, oh.
That's actually I'd probably calm you down.
Yeah.
Like I doubt it. Knowing my luck, nah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the Sound Sister
Speed round.
Speed round, okay.
So what we're going to do
is
we're going to ask you questions that are really random, and you have to answer as fast as you can.
Got it.
Okay?
Got it.
I'll go ahead and kick us off
here.
Okay? If you were a burrito, what kind of burrito would you be?
Beefy 5-layer.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
You guys really want me to ask this?
Yes.
Ask it.
Uh-oh.
Ask it.
All right, go with me here. A penguin walks through that door right now. He's wearing a sombrero. What does he say, and why is he here?
Wish you guys could.
What does he... Hi, guys. I'm just walking through town. I really want a burrito.
All right.
That was good.
You said burrito, so it went through my mind. Burrito.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay. So, Spider-Man and Batman are having a fight, like a fist fight. Who wins?
Batman.
Nice. Nice.
If you had to get rid of a U.S. state, which would it be and why?
Oh, God. That's a trick question.
Yeah.
Pop quiz, hot shot. You've probably played all of them. Which one you gonna get rid
Just
of?
because it's never been a fun experience in the state, New Mexico.
All right. See ya in Mexico.
You're
UFOs.
never been a fun state for me.
All right.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, teach us something in less than a minute that we don't know.
Do this. Have your proper. You go 1 forward, 1 backwards.
Okay, 1 forward.
What?
One
One
forward.
backwards.
1 backwards.
One forward.
Do it. Wait. I can't.
How are you doing that?
Okay. Let me
It's like the equivalent of this, like that.
So that's
Wow.
what you're doing.
That's
Forward, backward.
That's fucking talent.
the drummer thing.
The band, Mike and Dan, still try to do it to this very day. For 3 years now, they have not.
Just
done
can't
it.
get
Wow. All right. Well,
Sorry. Well, like the funny thing, I'll tell you, like they always get. All the guys in the band always get sick. I've been sick once in this band on tour.
wow.
And I'm like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, well, smoke cigarettes and drink booze and eat like crap. That's what I do. Stop trying to eat healthy, you freaks.
I guess this is not really a question. I guess craziest tour story.
Craziest tour story. There's a couple. Which band do you want it from?
Which one's the craziest?
the crazy.
The tops all the crazy.
Death by Stereo was definitely up there with the in Ecuador. We were playing a show and Dan got roofied. And hardcore. And these people stole his wallet and they stole his phone. And we barely made the show. Like he slept for a doctor came to the hotel, put him on an IV. He slept for like 26 hours.
Holy shit.
It was gnarly, that stuff. Craziest tour story, just be with Mike for a day. Be with Mike Sparrow for a day. That is a lesson on itself.
Yeah.
The guy is just the most amazing. Like that guy just amazes me. Just what comes out of his mouth. Just it's so much fun to be with that guy.
He was a venomous pink for a day.
Was he?
Yeah, he filled in for us.
That's awesome. That's amazing. It's being with that guy for as long as I have, and just stuff never seems. I actually gave him shit. He actually just shaved his head again, which I'm gonna give him shit for. But he had been shaving his head nonstop. I'm like, dude, as a bald guy, you're insulting me by shaving your head. You have this amazingly full head of hair, and you just shave it, and you're kind of pissing me off. And he started growing his hair out. And he got to a point where he'd started doing the mohawk thing.
Yeah.
And his hair is like a Brillo pad. it doesn't go down; it goes out. It's like he's constantly in a huge amount of humidity because it's just like. So I understand why I probably understand why he shaved it.
Yeah.
Damn.
It just doesn't look.
His hair.
I haven't seen him in a while, so. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Okay, I just blocked this out of my mind recently, but my mom found it.
Oh shit!
My mom keeps everything that she that I've ever done, and I was 8 years old, and I really wanted this GI Joe, and my parents would never buy it for me because even though I was an only kid, I was never spoiled, and America's Most Wanted just premiered the night before, so I said I'm gonna pretend to get kidnapped and I'll write a ransom note. So I wrote a ransom note, and the first mistake was I wrote it in crayon. And it said, if you want to see your son alive again, leave $15 in his baseball glove. Love, love Chris. I put love Chris. And we had this huge tree in the backyard, and I ran up there with comic books, and I hid in there for 3 hours. And I came back down, like, Mom, I'm here. With the money now, Chris. I'm like, oh God. So I've done, yeah. I'm also the worst walker. I fall upstairs, I fall downstairs. I ask the guys in the party.
Oh fuck! I
fell.
fell.
That's why I'll never ride a motorcycle. I can barely ride a bike, and I can't skateboard. I can't do any of that stuff. I ran into a tree snowboarding.
Ow.
There's so much coordination involved as a
Well,
drummer.
I was drunk.
Oh, okay. Enough said.
Well, funny thing, 2 weeks prior to that accident, I won $19,000 on Rock and Roll Jeopardy. It was on VH1. Oh. And so, after taxes, I got $16,500. I was stoked. Gonna buy my new car.
Fuck, that's rad.
Well, it was kind of a luck be a lady tonight. It's we went to Mammoth 2 weeks later. All we brought with us was our clothes, top ramen, and 2 kegs of beer. And we last morning there, I'm drink it up. So went to the top of the Gondola Mountain. I wonder what the other side of the mountain looks like. And I went down that, and I ran right into a tree. I got airlifted, and with insurance, it was $14,000.
Oh my God!
So thank God I won that money because I would have been fucked. So with insurance, it was $14,000. Oh my gosh! But yeah, that was a stupid moment.
Damn!
Wow!
And I have a lot of embarrassed moments, but
yeah,
not random ones I can think of right now. Besides me writing a fake ransom note.
Yeah. That's so great.
All right, let's do last one. Authority 0 implants pulley. You gotta fuck one, you gotta marry one, you gotta kill one. Go.
Just because the guys are assholes, I kill implants.
Okay.
I'd marry Authority 0 because I'm already pretty much married to them, and I'd fuck the hell out of pulley.
Nice. And he wouldn't pulley out.
Oh shit!
Damn! That was quick on the draw there.
Damn.
I am not pulling out of you, pulley. Wow.
This is why they keep me around.
I'm going to say that at the next rehearsal. I got to ask this question, and she goes, and you're not going to be pulling it out. I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. On that note.
On that lovely note.
On that note, go ahead and plug your social medias and tell the people where they can get your record that's coming out.
Zia Records, the website for the new Authority 0 record. Stoked on it, Persona Non Grata. Get it on iTunes, too. Not sure about Concrete Jungle in Europe. And then as far as pulley and implants, just playing shows and just enjoying it. We're playing mainly LA. But, Authority 0's got a European tour in April. We're actually not doing anything right now until after the album comes out. We're going to let people digest the record for a couple months. And because I hate that. It's people don't know what the hell they're listening to. It's I don't know this song.
They need to memorize the songs.
Yeah. I mean, even when we do the release party, we're only going to do 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. We don't want people to go,
What the hell song is this?
clap their hands.
Play Super Bitch.
Look to see the twins bezel. Play Retreat. Play Super Bitch.
Over seasons.
Play 1 more minute, please. It's people yell that in the middle of our show. Dude, we still have songs left.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to it.
Chill.
Relax.
Chill.
Enjoy the show.
You must chill.
And unfortunately now it's people like this. Play Over Seasons.
Yeah. Ooh. How do you feel about that, dude?
The cell phone I thing. fucking...
It's
at shows.
annoying.
Yeah.
just because I mean you should be in the moment, enjoying like a concert, and you guys know this. Even if you're just attending a concert, it's a way to just escape reality for a while.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about your social media. You know, if you want to do like a little tidbit of something, that's fine, but don't have it on your. I see videos on posted on YouTube, and it's our entire show.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Dude, enjoy yourself.
Watch
Go
the show.
in the pit.
Yeah.
Go to the front and. The one thing I do hate more than that is people in the front row singing along to the songs, but they're not singing the words.
They're just. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like those aren't the words.
I'm like sitting right here.
Kidding. The last marquee show we played in June, there was this guy right there, like dead center in front of me, and I think we were doing Revolution. And it's like, I don't even know the words, but those aren't it. Sorry, buddy. Learn the words, or just don't sing, or just sing the parts you know.
I don't even think that's a word in general that you're saying.
Like, is that in French? Because you ain't singing it right.
What the fuck are you singing?
And I mean, I have the best view of the house, so I mean, I see all that shit. It's
Right.
like, no, don't sing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've caught people doing that too. At Pink shows, I like look down. I'm like,
and it's not one of those that they just like don't know the words, because I'm kind of the queen of that. Like, I mean, knowing I think it's this word, and it's not like they mishear one or two words. It's like the entire song.
The whole song.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those guys where I'll sing the part I know, or I'll even just sing a word I know.
Right.
Like, go there. I kid you not. To this day, I still can't. I always like forget about it. Like, there's a Pennywise song, "Open Door," and the chorus is "And I became alone no more." But the way he sings it, because it's so fast, I still say "And I became a lawnmower." It's like, no, I became a lawnmower. I'm like, why'd you become a lawnmower? What's that got to do with the song?
oh man.
And it's like I still say it when I'm hearing the song. I can't process the fact in Dead by Stereo, because I sing backgrounds. I did the screams in the band, and then there's a song called "I Give My Life to You," and there's a part in the breakdown where it's like, "We will live." I couldn't remember "We will live on." I couldn't remember saying "We will live." I barked the entire 3 years I was in that band. I went "Ruff, ruff, ruff, ruff," and nobody caught it. Nobody caught it at all, ever.
Oh shit.
I was like,
That's magic.
it's 70% how you look, 20% how you sound, 10% is what you say.
Hell yeah.
Because God knows I don't understand a fucking word Jason DeVore says. Like, here we go. It's so positive. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, Chris, Dalley, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you. It's been fun. I love this.
Yeah.
You guys need to get Jason here, because I'm sure Jason will have some amazing stories with you guys.
He is hard to book.
Tell me about it.
He's a busy man.
Yeah.
Put in a word for us.
Real quick before we go, that my band, besides Dan and Travis, Mike and Jason are the hardest guys in the world to get a hold of on the phone. Jason, I was driving out here last time, and Jason says to me, "Hey, when are you going to be in town?"
Yeah.
I was driving, so I'm not going to text him back. I call him. He didn't answer. You just text me right now. And finally on this last tour, like, they went out. I had to go do something, but they went out to dinner. I'm like trying to find out where they were. They didn't answer. And so I came back. I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm developing this app that allows you to make a phone call." I just couldn't. I'm like, you have a phone to talk to people.
Yeah.
Use it.
Oh man.
People have anxiety. I do freak out. Like, they're like, someone's actually calling me.
I'm like, oh shit.
No, but I mean, I love you. I love all of you guys. I've known you guys for a while, so it's like, I was stoked to be a part of this. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Rock and roll.
And with that note, here's the new Authority Zero single, Atom Bomb, on the Sound Sister podcast.
Bang, bang, now they're sounding off the sirens, looking at the violence. Too much, too fast. Take for the media access instead of taking action, not going to last. Full speed, yeah, we're heading down the highway. Are you going my way? Prepare for impact. Approach ready, 3, 2, 1. Is it just me? What's going on? fighting in the schoolyard. Time to change the SIM card, it's still too much too fast. Bum fights with the shootings out of midday. Fires on the freeway, feeling cause it just won't last. Should I hell nah, gonna wanna see this discourse on my media access. Upload time, 3, 2, 1. Is it just me? What's going on? 2 billion people can't be wrong. Is it just me? What's going on? Or are we trusting Adam Bomb? Bang, bang, you can't miss this. Discourse on the media access. Slipping through the cracks, come and see this. Discourse on the media access. Oh, is it just me? What's going on? 2 billion people can't be wrong. Is it just me? What's going on? Or are we trusting Adam Bomb? 2 billion people can't be wrong. 2 billion people can't be wrong. I'm headed toward the Adam Bomb.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. You guys, this is the season finale of the Sound Sister podcast.
It's been real.
It's been real with you guys.
It's been crazy. Freaking months.
It's insane because I always say I've known you guys for years, but I feel like these past few months, I feel like our friendship is something that's deeper than friendship.
Deeper cuts now, dude.
Yeah.
We're blood sisters.
Yeah. Blood. No, but it's the closest thing I've ever experienced to a band, and it's been amazing. So I appreciate you guys in so many ways.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for having me on this journey. You guys just kind of pulled me in. We're like, hey,
Show up at my house.
Yeah.
this is what you're doing. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
big props to Gabby. She's the brains behind all of this. So she made this happen.
she is our sugar mama.
Yeah.
She
And a
funds
sugar
it.
mama.
She funds
I
it.
just show up.
It's all right. I like buying stuff, so it works out. All kinds of new toys.
We will be back, season 2, starting in January.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, sometime.
Yes.
Around then.
And all the photos will be edited for the site. We're
Yeah.
gonna do a
New
revamp,
website.
new
Mhm.
website. We're gonna do that. Mm-hmm. Lots of new exciting things that we have on deck. Besides just the podcast, other things in the works.
Yeah. I can't wait to post those pictures. I'm so stoked on them.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yay. Yay. All right. In the meantime, you guys listening, remember you can always tune in and listen to any old previous podcasts if you miss us. But we'll be back. I promise. So remember to head over to the website, soundsistersaz.com. View the podcast, listen to them, listen all you want. We're seeing the numbers. I think we just got over, 500?
I think we're at 539 this morning.
539 downloads in
Yeah.
3 months for a little DIY podcast based out of Mesa, Arizona, here at the Sound Sister Podcast Studio. So make sure you guys keep checking the website, check our social medias, go to Facebook and like us, Instagram to follow us at Sound Sisters AZ. As always, you want to listen to us through an app. Check out our show through iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. What else are we on? Is that it?
Podbean.
Podbean.
Yeah.
Again, thank you guys for all your support. It means everything to us.
We love you.
Truly thankful, grateful. This past couple of 3 months has been a crazy ride. It's been so just busy.
Seems a lot
But again, thank you guys for listening to us and following us on social media. We really do appreciate it. If you're in a band, you want to come on the show, hit us up on email, hit us up through or direct messages. Let us know you're out there. Tag us in your music. Tag us in your pictures. If you don't tag us, we don't know. When we want to know, we want to put you out there, want to spotlight you. And that's not just for musicians. If you're an artist, you're a photographer, you've got some kind of creative outlet that should be shown to the world, let us know. We're all about promoting and getting, work out there. On that note, this is your host, Drea Doll, signing off with my lovely ladies, reminding you to keep your eyes on the prize and always do your best. Thank you and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Sound system gonna bring me back up, yeah. One day that I can't depend on. Sound system gonna bring me back up, right? One day that I can't depend on. Try to describe it to the limit of my ability, and say it for a second, then I've given up what it used to be. Containing music somehow more than just sound. Inspiration comes in twisting sticks around us. You always know that it's gonna have to go. You always know that she'll be back in the cold. When I'm the budget, I'm made it in a song. So it's coming to give it that hope for just a second, then it's gone. What? Sounds that are gonna bring me back up, right? One day that I can't depend on. Sounds that are gonna bring me back up, yeah. One day that I can't depend on. Static pulse inside of music, bringing us a state. So temporary, changing nothing in its way. Just a second where we're leaving all this shit behind. Just a second, but it's leaving just as much of mine. To resist despair, that second makes you sing. To resist despair, cause you can't change everything. To resist despair, in this world is what it is, what it is, what it is. A big crazy sound system gonna bring me back, alright. One thing that I can't depend on. Sound system gonna bring me back up, yeah. One thing that I can't depend on. Pick it up, 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 go! Sound system, sound system. Wake up to a boss with the shade that's the sudden. Times are getting tougher, our tongue